What's up, you ugly mugs? So I got one for you today. It's Rattlin' Chains by Upchurch. This song hits home for me. It reminds me of my dad, all the fun things that we used to do when I was a kid, all the things I learned from being around my dad. And it kind of talks about, going in the woods. And honestly, if you've never done that, dude, it's fun. Get a Jeep, get something that you can just go rip in the woods and have fun. I don't care if it's a Honda Civic. I used to take a Honda Civic out in the woods and just beat it up. I don't like it's just something fun to do. I know some people have like busy lives and they can't do it, but it's just something fun to do with your kids, with yourself. But no, this definitely hits home because there's a lot of lyrics in here that Upchurch says that reminds me of like what me and my dad used to do when I was a kid, and just reflecting back on that moments is actually it's pretty cool. And then having something that came out and I heard and it just brought me back to when I was a kid and hanging out with my dad and having fun, getting to do adult things and whatnot. But let's let's go, let's listen to it and yeah.
Rattling chains down the blade, knee deep in mud, I can't get away. These ghostly hills, the winding roads, the crosses on the trees from the walls in the dirt. Confederate flags faded on the pole, ripped up cheese and a can of skull. So don't sell me, don't sell me, don't sell me that I don't know the words. The hills have eyes, the rivers have secrets, and that's no lie. The midnight train leaves a thick black smoke. The phantoms of hell chase the burning coal through a cattle field with dead willow trees. Civil War coins in the soul so deep. 200-year-old names carved deep in a tree. Probably in another round watching me.
I like that name is being carved in a tree. Um Probably in another realm watching me. I like that. Because if you think about it, like, there's gotta be an afterlife. There's always somebody watching you. Like, it always feels like somebody's there to help you. You got a guardian angel, stuff like that. I'm a little skeptical and believe in certain things, but I do definitely believe that, there's souls that are left on this planet or in our universe for a reason. And, you know, there's places that I used to go as a kid with my dad that he would bring me, and there was gravestones, there was abandoned buildings, there was just like torn down buildings. There's a thing called the Jersey Devil out here, and it's down a trail that there's a lot of like writing on the stone, on the trees, on there's some gravestones out there. Like it's a pretty cool trail to go down. And I definitely think whatever was there or whoever enjoyed going to that place. I feel like they watched that place just because if you're in the afterlife, if you're in the afterlife, I feel like you get to reflect on the fun moments and the cool moments that you had in life. And if people had fun there, I feel like they can reflect back to that place and see like other people, taking that scenery in and having fun. But yeah, I definitely like that. Because a lot of places you go in like the forests out here and stuff like that, there's always names carved in a tree. There's like abandoned or not abandoned, but there's like broke down buildings, and there's always a meaning to that building. It's pretty cool.
Watching me. Rattling chains down the blade, knee deep in mud, I can't get away. These ghostly hills.
Knee deep in mud, I can't get away. I can't tell you how many times my mom used to call and get mad at me and my dad for being out late. You know, trying to help somebody out get out of a mud hole, or worse stuff, trying to get out of a mud hole, or whatever it is. I just think it's funny. There was just certain times where there was just no way to get out. I mean, it is what it is. So you had to like get in this deep hole just to hook up chains to the trucks or to the jeeps or whatever just to get it out. And it's so funny when he says, knee deep in the mud, I can't get away. Like, my mom didn't understand when we said we can't come home for dinner or whatever because we physically couldn't get the vehicle out to go. She would always get mad at us and think we were dumb for doing the fun things that we did. But I mean, it is what it is. I had fun with my dad. I think memories were worth it. Even getting yelled at by my mom, I definitely think it was worth it.
crosses on the trees from the walls in the dirt. Confederate flags faded on the pole. Ripped up jeans and a can of skull. So don't tell me, don't say.
Ripped up jeans and a can of Skull. I don't know if you guys ever did chewing tobacco. I honestly don't even know if my dad did it. He probably had like the Red Man bag of chewing tobacco that he did. I don't know if he did any of that. But I did it a lot when I was a kid. I loved chewing tobacco. I still get an itch for it, but I didn't do pouches. I ain't no bitch. No pouches. Full actual chewing tobacco. If you're gonna do chewing tobacco, be a man. Don't do pouches. Anyway, a can of Skull. I mean, can't tell you how many cans of Skulls I had in my Jeep when I was younger, like when I started driving or in my cars, just in general. I did Copenhagen a lot too. I like Copenhagen and Skull. They're my two favorite. Um, but I did do Redmond. Not as much. I just feel like that was more bitter. I don't know if my dad did or not, but I just that just has meaning to me because I used to do chew tobacco, and it's just weird. The funniest thing when doing chewing tobacco is the fact that there's people that are like, "Oh, let me try it," and you're just like, "I don't really recommend it," and then they try it and they swallow it. And the green face that they get, like it's like a cartoon, like you see it in their face, like they're ready to vomit, and it'll make you throw up, man. Swallowing that stuff is not fun. It's disgusting. I don't recommend chewing tobacco.
Tattooed on my skin, no trespassing on the way I live. These hands will drown your evil hiss. Take you to a spot nobody's seen in 20 years. 25.
See, that's one thing my dad could do is he navigated through the woods so freaking well. I mean, he taught me how to navigate too, but like um early in the song he talks about crosses on the trees. Um when I first started going out in the woods, my dad and actually driving and stuff like that, I was probably like 10 years old, maybe earlier. As soon as I was able to reach the pedals, my dad took me out and let me drive. Um, but going out there, when we originally started going out there used to be no indicators for trails, like not a single indicator, and he can navigate every trail. He knew exactly where it led to, where it came out. He knew all these different entrances, everything. Like he was very good at navigating through the woods, no matter where we went. And I think it's crazy because um as I saw him learn, like as I knew he could navigate, I kind of started learning how to navigate and stuff like that. And then that forest is so big, there started to be like different spray paints on the trees marking the trails. There used to be stars, X's, um squares, like there was all different shapes, colors to mark a trail. And it was crazy because all I can think about, like especially now, I think about like how my dad navigated it without any of that stuff. He made his own trails, like he was very good with that stuff, and he would never guide me on which way to go. He would just say pick a way and go. It leads somewhere. You got to learn where it goes and just remember how to get back. So like a lot of the times he would just sit in the back seat, drink a beer, a couple, and go have fun. But he would let me drive, and then the state troopers didn't care, like because I wasn't driving on the road or anything like that. They would honestly stop, wave, and just talk. That's how it used to be when I was growing up. But definitely good times, definitely good times. But navigating through the woods is something you should definitely learn.
30 years plus, junkyards, trucks, eat up with rust. A big belly man that talks real slow with a bunch of.
And that's one thing my dad used to be able to take us to, is he would remember certain things in the woods that he would take you to, like abandoned cars where there was nothing left inside of there and it was just an abandoned car sitting there, just frame. I don't know if you've ever seen a car sitting there on its frame with no seats, no interior, no nothing, just bare metal. It's a pretty cool sight. He's taken me to a couple of places that looked like it was just old abandoned junkyards, or just like houses that were just demolished, and you have framework still there, or you still have a chimney randomly sitting there. There's actually a really cool tree out where I live, and it's got a big hole in it. You can literally walk through it. It's cool.
Of empty land and a couple backhoes. And maybe I'm out of my mind. Or maybe I'm sane and not blind. chains, diamond plate, knee deep in mud, can't get away. Rattling chains, diamond plate, knee deep in mud, I can't get away. These ghostly hills, the winding roads, the crosses on the trees from the walls in the
The ghostly hills and windy roads. I like that. Um, I like that saying because my dad grew up in Massachusetts and Vermont. So they're not hills; they're freaking mountains. And then they're just windy roads. It's beautiful up there. If you've never been to Massachusetts or Vermont, it's a beautiful place. Awesome. I 100% recommend it. But you know, up there, it's just it's different. Like with just the way it is, like you're going down mountains and up mountains and you're in a mountain, like there's certain places where you're going down a windy road and there's no guardrail and you could just drive right off of it. Like it's a pretty cool place. And growing up I got to go up there with my dad and I used to see how he would navigate through that stuff, and he knew every turn, um bump, every incline. Like he knew all that stuff. Like he could remember it just off the top of his head. I mean, he's a little old now. I don't think he can remember that stuff now, but it was just cool to see that stuff.
Confederate flags faded all above, ripped up jeans and a can of skull. So don't tell me that I don't know the woods. Oh, that I don't know the woods.
Yeah, I like this one because it like I said, it reminds me of my dad. Reminds me of the good times I used to have with my dad. I know me and my dad went through a lot um with me growing up. When I was 15, we had a really bad rough patch. Probably didn't talk to him for like 5 years, but honestly, it didn't matter. It didn't matter how long it was that we didn't talk. I still reflected on them fun moments that I had with my dad, and I'm always gonna love my dad to death. And you gotta take them little things that you remember as a child, even if you have negative thoughts about, your dad, your mom, or whatever. You got to take them positive things and like put it into perspective. Because honestly, I would want my kids to grow up what I got to do. Like I used to have fun. Like I got to go out and have fun. I used to be able to do different things and learn how to do things at a young age. Like I didn't get stuck in a house playing video games all the time. Like because of my dad, I learned how to trail ride and I learned how to navigate through the woods. I learned how to make my own trails and find my way back. Like, there was places that he would take us that honestly it didn't look like anybody's been in decades. Like there was no tire tracks, no markings, no nothing. He knew exactly where it was. Like the trail would start out with just a big brush of trees and he would just go around it or go through it and it would be a full on trail that you haven't seen and no, I feel like nobody's been on or seen in decades. There's no tire tracks, no nothing, but no like shoe prints, no nothing. And you know, it's just cool to have, somebody that can show you that stuff and show you the little things in life that you can enjoy. But yeah, enough about me getting personal. If you like the video, like it, subscribe. Yeah, later.